Yo, what's going on, Hero Clash? Welcome back to a brand new, interesting video where Hero Clash reached out to me. Hero Clash Denise wants my opinion on a very interesting topic. Okay, so without any further ado, sit back, relax, thumbs up the video, and of course subscribe if you're brand new, and make sure you comment down below on what your opinion is when it comes to these topics. Okay. So first things first, Denise said, "Hi Traveler, this is Denise from the Hero Clash Club. Thanks for the unwavering support for our game. To enhance your gaming and payment experience, we'd love to hear what might discourage you from making in-game purchases. Your insights on payment methods, convenience, gameplay, or community are all welcome. Additionally, how do you feel about the format of this inquiry?" Well, we'll start off with the small portion first. You know, how do I feel about the format of this inquiry? I think it's direct. I like it. It's cool. I'm all about being direct. Don't try to sugarcoat or try to, change stuff or try to, manipulate or, try to get a certain reaction with certain type of words or, confusion or broadness or, blah, blah, blah. I like how it's direct. It's like, hey, what might discourage you from spending money? I like it. So I'm a very honest person, and really quick, the gameplay in the background has nothing to do with the video. It's just something to watch while we talk. I knew I would be sitting here over a year ago. I know I talked with a lot of people in the community, a lot of people in my union and other unions, and I said, once the second server merge happens, I think that's it for me. I think I'm probably going to just slow down a lot. And the main reason why is because after the first server merge, looking at who you would be merged with, it was still in the category of, obtainable. It was still doable because you were still with a lot of travelers who had similar CP. The only people who really got bamboozled were free-to-play players and those who don't spend too much money. But from my perspective, it wasn't too bad. On my free-to-play account, I was like, oh man, here we go. Man, geez Louise. But after the second server merge, there was a huge gap between someone who spends $40,000 and someone who spends $20,000 and someone who spends $10,000 and then free-to-play players. And the merge literally just put all of us together, where it's someone who has everything unlocked going against someone who has some things unlocked, going against someone who doesn't have anything unlocked. And that's what really killed the fun for me, personally speaking. I'm all about a game that can test my knowledge, even in a pay-to-play perspective. Like, the best analogy I can give, the best metaphor I can give is like a staircase, right? Imagine every time you advance on a staircase, you unlocked a reward, and there was another reward, $1, $5, $20, $100, maybe it's an artifact, and you could keep progressing up the staircase. There's slow steps towards your goal, your journey in Hero Clash. But with the second server merge, it's a wall. It literally is. It's, oh wow. For me to compete in any of these pay-to-play game modes, I need to spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. So it doesn't become about knowledge anymore. It's about money, and that's where I'm 100% like, yeah, I'm not participating in this. Just I can't do it, because I want to be the best based on knowledge, not based on how much money I can throw at the game. That's not fun to me. Now, it might be fun to some other players, cool beans, but that's not my cup of tea, right? And I think where the Hero Clash devs lack is, I'll give you a great example when it comes to the Eternal Championship, when it comes to the Crucible. The Crucible is a great format. I think it was absolutely phenomenal. But when we talked about the creation of the Eternal Championship over a year ago, and on this channel, I know for those who are OG Hero Clash, we talked about it multiple times about how there's going to be a game mode where all the winners and top 8 or whatever get combined together, then they're gonna go at it in one big championship. We talked about it, and my only gripe is I wish the Eternal Championship would have been based off of knowledge, because right now it's based on pure pay-to-play, what you have unlocked. My game plan, or my suggestion was with the Eternal Championship, was to create it to where Crucible is still pay-to-play. You got your top 8, top 16, blah, blah, blah. But when you go into the Eternal Championship, it's 100% free-to-play. Now, the reason why is because you're going to test the knowledge, right? The picture of Skyline Realm where you have everything unlocked and you get to choose your heroes and then battle someone in, you know, the top 8, top 16 for the Eternal Championship. That's what I was hoping for. However, that's clearly not what happened. However, I cannot be upset at that because you have to look at it from a business perspective. We don't know if the Eternal Championship is the golden goose for Hero Clash. When the Eternal Championship was announced, when, you know, top players are going against other top players, we don't know how much another player spent just to compete with a different traveler in the game for the Eternal Championship. We don't know. So I'm going to assume it's the golden goose, in my personal opinion, especially looking around my server range, you know, 1 through 200 or whatever it is. And you can definitely see, you can compare, you know, November 2023 to November 2024. And you can definitely see that something happened to where a lot of players have almost everything unlocked, assuming they're travelers. But my biggest issue is there needs to be more attention on the free-to-play player. There needs to be more attention on game modes that have a knowledge-based reward system, right? To give you an example, the Crucible, right? What about this? Every 3 to 6 months, your account, you know, based on CP, performance, you know, what you do in other game modes, whatever analytics you want to come up with, and then you get matched in a group with similar travelers for an actual gaming experience. You're not losing your server, you're not losing your union. I'm just saying a whole game mode to where let's say, so I'm EA server, right? Let's say my CP is 244 mil. Now let's say in a certain game mode for 1 quarter, 3 months, I get paired with, you know, 100 other players or 200 other players with, you know, let's say between CP between 200 and 280 or whatever. Then we have a Crucible-like event for a quarter, and then we battle it out, you know, see who can get, you know, certain prizes, certain rewards that rotate, which y'all never did when it came to me joining Hero Clash to begin with. But anyways, that's cool. It is what it is. And I think that would provide a way better game experience for players from a knowledge point of view and a pay-to-play point of view, right? I do have other gripes and complaints when it comes to, you know, matchmaking of Summit Clash. You know, I wish there was a bigger pool. I'm tired of seeing the same 4 unions. I really am. It's so boring. At this point, I don't care what place we get. It's fun to play for about 3 minutes and then to come back 8 hours later when you have more energy and then wait for the next day. But when you go against the same unions, you know their strategy, you know what they're going to do, you know what kind of lineups they have. It's just so boring. Like, I want to see different unions in there. I really do. And that will make Summit Clash so much better. Probably one of the best pay-to-play / free-to-play game modes would be Summit Clash if we had a bigger pool. Like, I want to see other Elite Realm unions. I really do. Like, I'm tired of seeing the same, like, 2 or 3 out of the 4 we play, you know? Speaking of the Elite Realm, join the Elite Realm. Put brackets in your union name, and you'll be able to battle it out in the 4th Elite War for an Abyss artifact or a max out Abyss artifact, depending on how many red orbs your union has. But anyways, at this point in my Hero Clash journey, I'd rather give back to the community than collect all the artifacts myself. Even giving the free-to-play player a chance to win an Abyss artifact, or any player to win a great prize like any Abyss artifact, it means a lot more to me personally to give back to y'all instead of me just collecting all the resources, collecting all the Abyss artifacts. I've delegated those resources, my business fund, to support the community when it comes to Abyss artifact giveaways, when it comes to Universal Rune giveaways, when it comes to Red Diamond giveaways. So 95% of my business fund for Hero Clash goes back to the community. So what is the solution moving forward? You know, what is the solution for Hero Clash devs to contemplate, to debate about in their meetings? And what about this? Like I said earlier, you have a Crucible format. You can get paired with anyone in your server. So if I'm EA server, I get paired with anyone in the EA. If you're an Asia server, you get paired with anyone in the Asia server. And then you get access to everything in the game, right? Like a Crucible. However, some battles, some zones have some heroes, artifacts, runes, gems left out, right? So let's say you're in the top 64 for this new type of the Trinity Crucible. I don't know, I'm just gonna call it Trinity Crucible. Keep it simple. The Trinity War. Hey, Trinity War is pretty cool. The Trinity War, right? And let's say round 1, you have access to everything. You got to put your best team together. Boom. You get, let's say, 3 teams, everything unlocked. And then let's say you win. You go on to the top 32, blah, blah, blah. Well, round 2 is, let's say, beast skin heroes you can't use, right? So then you're like, oh man, Ophelia, oh man. Or, God/Warriors you can't use. And then let's say you win that battle. And then you go on to the 3rd round, right? And this, you can't use, these certain artifacts or these certain runes. You can't use Porcelina, right? And then let's say you win that. Then you go on to the 4th round, right? And then now it comes down to you can't use. You get what I'm saying, right? I think that would be so entertaining because then you're forced to use different strategies. You're forced to think outside the box or get crushed. That would be so fun. And then you can have a whole list of rewards for each round you win. And dude, that would be the new type of strategy for competition. It really would. That would be straight money in the bank. Now, the question would be, from a business perspective, how do you take that and monetize it, right? That is the issue that the devs have to come up with, right? You already have the Golden Goose for Eternal Championship. Let's get a free-to-play. Let's get the free-to-play players, something that they can work hard towards. And imagine if, from a free-to-play perspective, there's a Abyss artifact or some type of, 6-star gem that can be won based on the Trinity War, right? So that means a free-to-play player who, let's say there's a free-to-play player who just started 3 months ago who just gets it. They come into the game, they're like, oh man, I get it. Boom, 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 boom. They're connecting dots, the whole 9. They could win against someone who's been playing for 2 years, who has everything unlocked. Because it's not about money, it's about knowledge with this specific game mode, right? I think that would be awesome sauce. And just to go back to the Denise message, purchasing wise, I like the red diamond system. I think it's really convenient. But the issue is there's nothing for me to buy in the game that benefits my journey in Hero Clash currently. And that's just the harsh reality. Being on a server that was created when the game first came out in the United States, EA/Asia, that's one of the obstacles that the devs need to focus on how to fix. Now, players that are travelers that join, last month, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 18 months ago, the game is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to rising to get to the top. But once you get to the top and you're waiting for content, that's where the game dies for me, right? And that's why I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting for the devs to do something awesome to reignite that spark, right? Like I said, from the beginning to the top is extremely phenomenal. It's so fun. It's a blast, man. It really is. But when you get to the tippity top, now what? And that's something the devs need to figure out. I'm not going anywhere. I still have fun. I'm mainly focused on PvE. I haven't been PvP for almost a year now. I would say, 11 months now. And I'm more into PvE. I'm even building a second Sparta because, why not? Who cares? I don't know. I'm just having fun. But with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and let me know what your feedback is down in the comments. If you want to comment on this video based on what I said, or to answer the question yourself based on what Denny said, feel free, and I'll be reading every single comment. Let's go. Greatness manifest.